Hey, y'all, and welcome to the season 3 finale of the Close for Maintenance podcast. I am your host, Natasha, and this is a space where we slow down, tell the truth, and let God meet us right where we are in real time while we do the work of maintenance from the inside out. Now, speaking of truth, boy, do I have some for y'all today. A couple weeks ago, I'm sitting at home and I am feeling so overwhelmed and honestly feeling a little bit defeated. No, a lot defeated. Let me be honest, a lot defeated. Tyler had gotten into some trouble again in school, and by again, I mean it had almost become a daily thing. Falling asleep in class, just doing what he wanted to do. All while I'm trying to hold it together for work, show up for my community, and just be an okay human being. And it was in that moment that I did something I honestly had not been doing enough of. I reached out to someone. I texted, I called, I cried, I asked for help. And what happened next kind of changed my perspective and changed a lot for me. So today I want to talk about villages and what I am living through in real time in this messy middle of motherhood right now. I'm so excited for us to dive into this conversation. I do believe that it is one that many can relate to. And so yeah, enough yapping, let's dive in.
Take a moment, breathe again, lay your worries down, my friend. Life gets heavy, hearts need grace. Welcome to Closed for Maintenance. Closed for maintenance.
So I want to be real with you about something I have been navigating behind the scenes for quite some time now in terms of motherhood and all of the challenges. So Tyler is my son. His dad and I, we live in two different states, always have. And for a while, our co-parenting relationship was, let's just say, complicated. We didn't and sometimes still don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. There has been tension around things like finances, around involvement, around just the day-to-day of raising a 12-year-old. And somewhere, I think along the way, I made a decision subconsciously that if he's not showing up in this way, then I don't need to involve him in the day-to-day updates that come with raising a child alone. I was saying things like, I can handle this. I don't need you for anything. Y'all know how that is, single mamas. And I just feel like it's common and justified in most instances where we just feel like we have to show up, and it's easier and more peaceful to not involve others. But I am learning that there's a wall we put up and call independence. And sometimes our self-protection and our self-sufficiency, sometimes they can look so similar that we just can't tell them apart. And I thought I was being strong. I thought I was protecting my peace. Y'all know we love to say that. But what I'm learning is that what I was actually doing was carrying something alone that God never intended for me to carry by myself. And then, so Tyler's behavior started escalating, y'all. He was just trying to do everything under the sun he could get away with. And I'm talking about falling asleep in class, girlfriends, all the things. And it was just like frequent wear you down kind of behavior. And I just felt overwhelmed. And at some point, I started saying, forget not letting his dad know what's going on. And I started texting him every single time something happened. And by every single time, I meant every day. Okay. And it wasn't something that was premeditated. I just had an epiphany that the best I can do is try to reach out and let someone else know. And I felt like that someone should be his dad. One day he replied and he's like, again, I feel like this is an everyday thing. And it was in that moment that something shifted. It was in that one text message that something about his response stopped me dead in my track and made me think, wow, I don't feel dismissed. Wow, he doesn't sound annoyed. he was actually seeing me. He was actually tracking what I had been trying to tell him. He had actually been paying attention. He wasn't checked out. I just never let him in enough to check in. And I feel like we do that a lot. So after this text, his dad started stepping up in ways that I had not seen him truly step up in a very long time. He started helping me discipline Tyler. He started reinforcing things I had been trying to get Tyler to do. He had started being present in a way that hadn't been there before. And I can trace it back to when I started sharing with him what was going on, when I stopped filtering what he got to see. I called him one night crying, telling him, look, I need a break. Like, I genuinely need a break. I am tired. I don't know what else to do. And he said, okay, I got you. I don't know if I had ever done that in our 12 years of co-parenting. And I think him seeing the not polished, I don't got it all together version of me actually did something. It actually did something. And it did something super powerful that I didn't even realize in the moment. It provoked something in him, a father instinct that had accidentally been blocked with my need to appear like I could do it all as Tyler's mom. And it wasn't just him. My mom, my sister, my best friend, who happens to be a man and who happens to have already parented at this level because his son's older. And so each of the people in my life started playing a role in my village in a real way this season. And that's what really inspired this episode. You know, they were talking to Tyler, giving me breaks, showing up. And I want to pause really quick on my best friend for a second, because I think this speaks to how important it is to not just have a village, but to be intentional. Like, I didn't just reach out to whoever was the closest. I reached out to someone who had experience in an area that I had not had experience in. Someone who had some weight in the game. Somebody who had raised a son through this specific season of his life, and they made it to the other side. I don't believe that that was an accident. I believe that was my discernment saying, hey, he's been through this before. Let him help. And so I think your village doesn't have to be massive, but I feel like it should be very intentional. And here's what I keep coming back to. I didn't plan any of this. I didn't sit down and make a list or a strategy for like how to get my village to show up. I simply got freaking tired and worn down, and I had reached the end of all I can do. And every single time, I mean every single time I reached out, somebody showed up. And I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about something I've been thinking about a lot lately. And that is the difference between having a village and actually letting people village. Because I think most of us have people, right? We have family, we have many friend circles, we have business colleagues, we have folks who would show up for us in a heartbeat if we just ask them to. But we don't ask. We perform, they ask us how we're doing. We say, oh, I'm good, I'm fine, everything is going well, can't complain. And we wonder why we feel so alone. Having a village and actually activating and leveraging your village are two totally, completely different things, y'all. Activating your village doesn't look like what you think it looks like. It looks like sending a text at 1 o'clock in the morning when you can't pray, when you can't sleep because you're so worried or because you feel like the weight is too heavy. It's picking up the phone without a scheduled phone call and saying, friend, I need help. I feel like I'm dying. It looks like sharing responsibility with people who are on your team so that you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your own. It looks like reaching out to your baby daddy and saying, hey, I need you to help. It's not pretty, but it's real. And it's where the help actually lives. And real quick, I try not to talk about my business or my brand too much, but I'm noticing village in my creative community as well. I can do a lot. That's no secret. I've built a lot. I know how to execute. And for 15 years at this point, that ability has also been a big trap for me because I would do things alone simply because I could. But in this season, God keeps bringing to the forefront of my mind, He has been teaching teaching me constantly something different. He's been showing me that the mission he gave me is bigger than what I can carry by myself. And that is not an accident. That is by divine design. He did not give me the vision and every single gift to execute the vision. He gave me the vision and he put people around me who can carry the pieces I don't possess. So I have been assessing and asking who's in my village that was made for this specific thing that God gave me. Who can I trust with my vision? Who can I trust with this piece of the mission in this season? And not because I'm not capable of doing it on my own, but because I shouldn't be doing it on my own. Because stewardship sometimes looks like releasing control into the right hands. And I've just had to get more honest about who is actually in my village personally and professionally versus who I've been treating like they are. Not everyone has the capacity or the calling to carry what God has given you to carry. But the ones who do, let them show up for you. Let them village. That phrase has been on my heart a lot lately. Let them village. Let them village, because a village isn't just a resource. A village is a relationship. A village requires you to actually show up as someone who needs people, not just someone who provides for them. So today's maintenance check, if your life had a maintenance light on it right now, what would it be signaling? I can't pinpoint an exact word for what mine would be signaling, but I can tell you that my maintenance light will continue from this day forward to continue to signal accept help. So if there was a light on the dashboard of my life, it would be accept help always. Okay. Ask for help always. And so maintenance for me this week, I'll say, will look like reaching out to Tyler's dad more, even as we are starting the summer break, reaching out to him more, involving him more. We've already started making plans for Tyler to spend more time with him this summer, so that he can, enforce some of the discipline and just help Tyler establish some new habits and things like that as a man, as his father. Maintenance for me looks like not feeling like I have to carry the weight of my assignment on my own. Maintenance for me this week looks like when my friends ask me how I'm doing, if I'm not doing okay, if I need their help with something, raising my hand and saying, hey, I could use your help if you've got the capacity. And so I am just really grateful for the experience that we've had with Tyler in this last month, because it really brought in the forefront the power of not just having a village, but letting your village. And so I hope that this episode encourages you to stop trying to carry heavy bags alone. And I hope that, even if it's not the relationship with your child or children's other parent, I pray that this helps you to better leverage the village and the people that God has allowed you to have in your life. And, I know it's easy for people to say, oh, well, I don't have any family. I don't have any friends. There is somebody in your life that you can let help you carry the load. And so this season has been something so amazing. I came back to this podcast with a lot on my heart, a lot. And honestly, not a lot of answers. Still don't have a lot of answers. I didn't even have a theme mapped out. I didn't have a strategy. Y'all saw I'm queen of rolling out. I don't do no rollouts. I just didn't have it all figured out. I just had a yes in my spirit to show up and be honest and share the in-betweens of my life, not just the outcome. I feel like there's more power there anyway. And you guys have been with me through this whole season with the breaks and all. And I'm just really grateful for all of the love, all of the support, all of the honest, transparent moments, all of the conversations that you've had either with me or with friends and family. Thank you for showing up for me and being a part of my virtual village. You guys stayed, and I don't take that for granted. I don't take that lightly. I want to leave you with a question, just as something to kind of keep in your back pocket and carry with you into whatever comes next for you. I don't know what that is. Who in your life has been trying to show up for you, but you've been keeping them at arm's length? Who have you been protecting yourself from in ways that might be harming you more than actually helping you? What would happen if you just let them? Let them in. Let them see it. Let them village. So I'm obviously not the same person that started this season of the podcast. And if you've been listening to all of the episodes, some of the episodes and doing the work, I don't think you're the same either. At least that's my prayer. I'm thankful for your growth. I'm thankful for my growth. I'm thankful for the maintenance that you've been doing in your real life. Thank you guys so much for spending so much time with me in these last several months. If this episode or any episode in this season has found you at the right moment, if it has helped you to heal, if it's helping you to grow, please share it with someone who needs it. I need y'all to go on Apple Podcasts, leave some reviews if you feel moved to. That definitely helps us to grow. And if you're looking for a space to life with people who are in between in the messy middle, I invite you to join my phone-only community called Among Us. We meet once a month on the phone, so you don't got to worry about getting cute. You can have your bonnet on and we won't care. Go to natashaweston.com/Among Us and you can sign up there. And yeah, we meet once a month and we would love to have you. Make sure you follow me on socials everywhere at Official Toddy. I'll make sure to put all the links in the show notes. I thank y'all so much for a beautiful season 3. Season 4, we've already started filming for. It's going to be some good stuff. We've got some great, amazing guests lined up. And yeah, I thank y'all so much. I love y'all so much. And I hope you all enjoy this episode. Until next time, love and light.